Welcome back to NeoEnglish, where we help you learn practical English quickly with short daily episodes.
Today we talk about a recent news story headlined 3 Killed in Latest US Strike on Alleged Drug Boat in Caribbean.
I will give a simple summary first and then we will explain important words and phrases.
The United States military carried out a strike on a boat in the Caribbean, and officials say 3 people were killed.
The U.S. Defense Secretary described the targets as narco-terrorists and said they were trying to smuggle drugs into the United States.
But some leaders in Latin America strongly objected, calling the action murder and saying the strikes are a form of domination.
For example, Colombia's President Gustavo Petro said the attacks were murder and he warned about misuse of force.
Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro also criticized the strike and accused the U.S. of aggressive actions.
Now let us explain the main words from this story so you can use them in conversation.
First word is strike, which here means a military attack or action against a target. Example 1, you can say the airstrike damaged the building. Example 2, you can say the Navy launched a strike against the ship.
Next word is alleged, which means something is claimed but not proven. Example 1, the alleged thief was arrested but not convicted. Example 2, the police looked into the alleged fraud case.
Another important word is narco-terrorists, a combined word meaning people who use drugs and violence for political or criminal goals. Example 1, the government called the group narco-terrorists after they attacked a port. Example 2, journalists reported that the narco-terrorists controlled smuggling routes.
The verb smuggle means to move goods secretly, often to avoid law enforcement. Example 1, he tried to smuggle cigarettes across the border. Example 2, they smuggled medicines into the country during the crisis.
The phrase used to dominate means to control or have power over a region. Example 1, a large company may try to dominate a market. Example 2, some countries fear another country will dominate their region.
Now a short background to help you understand why this story matters.
Drug smuggling in the Caribbean is a long-term problem, and many countries work together to stop shipments to the United States.
But when one country uses force far from its own shores, neighboring governments may see it as an attack on their sovereignty.
That is why Colombia and Venezuela reacted strongly and why international rules and investigations are important.
Let me show how to use some phrases from this story in sentences. You might say,
you can say the government called the group narco-terrorists when reporting why they acted. Or say officials allege the boat was carrying illegal drugs when you report a claim.
If you want to talk about opposing views, you can say some leaders called the strike murder while others called it a necessary action.
Before we finish, here is a simple story version using vocabulary and phrases so you remember them. The U.S. conducted a strike on an alleged drug boat after saying narco-terrorists tried to smuggle drugs into the country. 3 people were killed in the strike. Colombia's president called the action murder and said it showed the U.S. trying to dominate the region. Venezuela's president also criticized the strike. Investigations and international discussions may follow.
Quick recap of vocabulary and phrases and how to use them. Vocabulary list: strike meaning a military attack or action, alleged meaning claimed but not proven, narco-terrorists meaning drug-linked violent groups, smuggle meaning to move goods secretly, dominate meaning to control.
Phrases to remember in the news: in the latest, used to dominate, targeted by the strike, and reports say. Use in the latest when you talk about recent events, for example, in the latest update, police found new evidence.
That's all for today's Neo-English episode about the Caribbean strike and the reactions around it.
If you don't want to miss our daily news and lessons, you can subscribe to Neo-English for a new short episode every day.
Thanks for listening, and practice these words with a friend or write short sentences to remember them.
See you tomorrow for another episode where we explain more current events in simple English.